All right, hi everybody. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Welcome to the Hogan Brothers weekly live stream. We're here every Friday night at 7:30. We're trying out a brand new thing tonight. This is our first time using some new software and also attempting to live stream simultaneously to Facebook and to YouTube. It's our first time adding YouTube in. So the Facebook link is called Test. Through the Hogan Brothers, it says Test. All right. So this whole set is only a test. So if you like it, then cool, and we'll do it again. No, but on the real though, thank you, Todd, for pointing that out. And anyone else has any feedback? Because like I said, this is a brand new situation for us. We're trying to step our game up a little bit and jump into the YouTube live streaming world as well. Hopefully it all works out. So, but please give us some feedback, and hopefully we can continue to make things better and better. So thanks so much. I also want to say happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. Hope everyone is doing well, is being safe, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that we are feeling very much in solidarity with the black community out there that is celebrating something that should be a joyous day. I know it's not necessarily a joyous time right now, but hopefully we can all find some joy in there and continue to fight the good fight and progress forward. And with that in mind, we're going to be again this week, donating the proceeds that are tipped towards us, towards the Black Lives Matter movement. So thank you in advance for helping us to donate more money towards that very worthy cause. So much appreciated on that. So this evening, we're going to be doing what we were calling our greatest hits. My good friend Israel Sims was teasing me earlier about that. What's up, Israel, if you're watching? He said, greatest hits, huh? You guys are... You got some nerve to call it your greatest hits already. And I was like, yeah, we haven't even released a single actual real album, but yet we already have greatest hits. So, but you know, just a fun way to kind of let everybody know that we're playing some of our favorite stuff. It's going to be some of our own arrangements. I think are we doing any originals? Maybe not. We did pretty much all of our originals last week. So kind of leaving off the originals, but so these are mostly our own arrangements and then just covers and just tunes that we love and that we've played a lot over the years. And it is going to be kind of fun. One of the things I alluded to when I was posting about it earlier is, as much as we have been scrambling to learn all sorts of brand new arrangements, and we'll probably be right back into doing that again next week, it is kind of nice to take a week that we can play stuff that we know really well and just like feel very comfortable. And when you're playing something that you're very comfortable with, you can just kind of reach into a different level and you know, reach even deeper than you normally could because you're not worried, oh, when's that next hit? What's the next section? You just like kind of are able to get into the flow a bit more. So hopefully you guys are able to witness us doing that this week. Anyhow, so that first tune that we did, that's a tune that, as far as I know, is just called Roy's Tune. That's one that I actually found from a live bootleg of a Robert Glasper concert given to me by Josh Hari many, many years ago. Shout out to Josh Hari if he's out there. Great bass player and fellow Berkeley High musician. But he gave me a bunch of bootlegs of some amazing Robert Glasper performances out in New York. And this one featured Roy Hargrove, and it's called Roy's Tune featuring Roy Hargrove. So we're assuming it's a Roy original. It was such a cool tune, had to learn it, and it's become quite the mainstay of our rep for quite a while. If you've ever seen us perform live, a good chance we've thrown that into our set because one of our favorites and a good set opener. What do we have next? Okay, this is another one of our greatest hits for sure. This probably has the greatest number of hits on our YouTube channel. Ooh, how do you like that? So this is, yeah. This is one that we did actually do a very nice studio recording and simultaneous video shoot of and edit it all together. And have a nice video of it up on our YouTube channel. So if you happen to be watching us through our YouTube, go ahead and look through some of our, look back to a couple videos ago, and we have a nice version of this. Shout out to Will Mandel and Adad Warda and Kiazadehia for helping us make that video. And we're going to do our version of a mashup of two classic songs. We call this one Saucy Lito, and it's, of course, the mashup of I Can't Help It and A Night in Tunisia. So I hope you like this one. This is Saucy Lito.
I wanted to relay also a message. Check. I wanted to relay a message from Facebook land that some people are saying that our video is freezing up a little bit intermittently. So I'm not sure what the issue is there, but we'll see if we can try and do something about that. Yeah, if you're watching on Facebook and it is freezing up, apologies about that. I'm not sure what the issue is there. Again, this is the first time we've streamed to multiple platforms at the same time, but maybe try checking out our YouTube stream.
Ask for some feedback.
Yeah, if any of you guys are watching, if you can comment and let us know how the stream is on the YouTube, which you can find on the Hogan Brothers channel. Let us know about that, and we'll see if we can get this a little smoother for you guys.
Thank you so much. Hopefully you recognize that one. That's another one of our greatest hits. Of course, we did not write, but did the arrangement of. Steve did awesome reharm and reimagining rhythmically of The Girl from Ipanema by the great Jobim. So next up, we're going to do a bunch of songs all mashed together, as we tend to do a lot of. This one is our hip-hop medley. So this is a fun one if we got any hip-hop heads out in the audience that you can try to guess all the different tunes that we're throwing together, sometimes even two different ones at the same time, sometimes just little quotes, sometimes we kind of play the whole thing. And if you are a fan of such things, you might want to go back in our Facebook on our Facebook page, especially if you are here via YouTube. If you find the Hogan Brothers on Facebook, we've been live streaming shows there for the past few months now, I guess, 2-3 months, something like that. And so there's a lot of different themed nights that we've been doing and having a lot of fun paying tribute to different artists or genres and whatnot. And we did a really fun one a few weeks back that was all hip-hop samples and doing the original songs that were then turned into classic hip-hop beats. So again, if you like this one or like this sort of thing, or you consider yourself a hip-hop head, you might want to go back if you hadn't already seen it. Check out the stream we did a few weeks ago of all classic hip-hop samples. Anyhow, so here's a little medley of tunes for you guys. Hope you like it. Awesome. Shout out to Pak Guste from Bali for tuning in. Thank you so much. That's one of our favorite things about being able to do this live streaming over the internet is, of course, usually we're playing gigs and out being in just local clubs here in the Bay Area, and it's just our Bay Area friends and family that can come and see us. But this way, we can literally do it for anybody in the entire world as long as they got internet connection. So that's really, really fun. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in from all sorts of various corners of the world. That's been so fun to hear that feedback and everything. So anyhow, that tune that is being so delicately reprised behind me right now is a Herbie Hancock classic, of course, that's become somewhat of a modern day standard, as strange of a tune as it is. That is a classic tune that I think we all were very blessed to get to listen to that song growing up, because shout out to Papa Hogan, Jim Hogan, he had that album in his collection, still does. That is, of course, Herbie Hancock's amazing album, Thrust. That just, well, I was hooked as soon as I saw the album cover, because it's Herbie Hancock flying a spaceship, and his keyboards are the controls of the spaceship, so I was already sold. And then I turned it on, and my brain pretty much exploded. Amazing, amazing record. Follow-up to Headhunters. We've been threatening to do that whole record. 2 out of the 4 are already in our repertoire, so maybe one of these days we'll learn those other 2 and give you guys the whole record all the way through, because it's an incredible, incredible thing. Real quick, just in case you don't know, I imagine you probably know something about us if you found your way here, but just in case, we got Julian Hogan on the drums. Shout out to Julian. Steve Hogan on the bass. Yours truly, Colin Hogan, on the keyboard. Shout out to Mama Hogan in the house, and Cecily is also here in support. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know it's extra confusing to try to tell me and Julian apart. I usually have slightly different facial hair, but this is my N95 facial hair, you know. Everyone, wear your masks out there, be safe, and use facial hair that will allow you to use a mask correctly. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox here and play another tune. So this is a song that we also played recently, because this is a tribute that I did to the civil rights movement. And unfortunately, when I first wrote this was coming much more from a joyful, happy place. I wrote this I had a gig that happened to be, if you guys can remember way back when, that President Obama's inauguration as the president and Martin Luther King Day happened on the same day. And it was an amazing, very hopeful and powerful day in our history of our nation, and unfortunately seems like ancient history these days. But hopefully we can help to bring some of that movement back and keep moving on into the future. And so we're going to now do my version that I arranged of the great civil rights anthem, We Shall Overcome. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And again, one more time, just gonna let you guys know that we are going to be donating any tips that we get from this live stream. Hopefully you guys can see where to send the tips. It should be down at the bottom of your screen. We're using Julian's PayPal and Venmo info. It should be right there, also in the descriptions. But we're going to be donating any of the proceeds we get this week to the Black Lives Matter movement, and to help us all to keep fighting the good fight. So thank you in advance for that, and we're going to play our version of We Shall Overcome. Hope you like it. All right, thank you so much. So that was, let's see, the tune before last was a medley of 6/8 tunes. I'm not going to name them all. Hopefully you recognized some, if not all of them, and you may have heard us play that one before. Another one of our favorites, our 6/8 medley. And then that last one was an incredible composition by the amazing pianist Bud Powell. Unfortunately, Bud Powell, not to get too dark on you guys again, but Bud Powell, unfortunately, many decades ago, was just another black man that was a victim of police brutality and violence, and ended up getting injured to the point of really affecting his ability to play music and create music for the rest of his life. A very unfortunate story about Bud Powell. It's just another case of things that are still happening all the way up until today. But much love to Bud Powell for all the incredible music and the incredible recordings that he's given us. I was just teaching one of my students. One of my students turned me on to another great song of his today that I hadn't heard yet. So much incredible music from that man. Check him out if you haven't, Bud Powell. Yes. Uncle John wants to know if I wanted to put any Jimmy Smith licks in there. Not knowingly, but quite possibly unknowingly. I have listened to a lot of Jimmy Smith, and I think a lot of it kind of seeped into my subconscious. So no direct quotes, but certainly a lot of influence. And I love playing the B3 organ, which was, of course, Jimmy Smith's instrument. So absolutely, that was a big influence on my style. So anyhow, one more quick thing about the Poco Loco, Bud Powell, which is that along with actually quite a few of the other songs that we've done in our set today can be found on our EP, which is up online for free. If you find the Hogan Brothers on SoundCloud, you can find a 5-song EP that we recorded with a lot of the music that we've done tonight. If you want to hear more of us and be able to share it in that way and hear a very nice studio recordings of those, you can find it that way. So thanks again for hanging out with us. Much appreciated. I think we're going to close it out with one final tune. This is one of our favorite tunes by one of our favorite artists and one of our favorite closers, so it feels like a good way to finish out our greatest hits night. This is, of course, Stevie Wonder, and we are going to do Stevie Wonder's awesome composition, Do I Do, and take it out on this one. So thanks again for joining us. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy where you are, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining us. One more time for Julian Hogan on the drums, Steve Hogan on the bass. I'm Colin Hogan. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, we are doing this every Friday night at 7:30. And hope this all worked out as far as us shifting gears a bit and streaming not only to Facebook but also to YouTube at the same time. So again, please give us any feedback, any constructive criticism in the comments would be really helpful. Trying to bring you guys as high quality as a product as possible and hopefully bring you guys some entertainment while you're hanging out wherever you are all around the world. It's been a really, really fun journey for us to get to do this and get this amazing feedback from all of our family and friends from everywhere. So thank you guys so very, very much, and we will see you all next week.